What's going on YouTube? It's Luke Waters back with the video. And excuse me if I sound like I'm sick. I have not been feeling the best the last couple of days. So like I said, excuse me if I sound like I'm sick in this video. But today, we're going to be cleaning the rotofab cold air intake filter on my Caprice. Now, you should clean your filters every now and again. It's something that I think a lot of people forget to do to their cars. These filters collect a lot of dirt and a lot of dust. They tend to suck in more air than your typical filter and they need cleaned regularly. So today I'm going to show you how to do it. But first things first, I cannot work on this bench. Let's snap my fingers, it will be clean. Oh, much better. And there, we got some space to work with. I'm gonna get a rag and clean it up actually. I don't want that in my air filter. Wipe it off, it's clean. That's better. So the first thing when cleaning an air filter is actually pretty obvious. You wanna take the air filter outside of the car. The only way to do that is to get a screwdriver, a flathead, loosen that bad boy up, and this filter just pops right out. Just that easy. Now if you take a look at these filters, normally on top they look fairly clean, but that's not the problem. On the back side, towards the ground, yeah. Look how black and disgusting that is. So next thing you typically want to do is you want to loosen up all the old dirt and grime on the filter. I'm going to be using just Dawn dish soap and water today. There's usually stuff you can buy with the filter kits that loosens the stuff up. I don't like using it. I feel like it adds on the extra layer and doesn't clean off the stuff as well as Dawn dish soap does. You just add in a little dab of it and just deliberately spray the outside of your filter. I've done Dawn dish soap multiple times with zero issues in case you guys are worried about maybe like the Dawn dish soap eating away at the particles in the filter. So you want to lather it on there nice and good. Now you want to let it sit for 10 minutes. Now the problem with Dawn dish soap is it dries up fairly quickly, so about every 2 minutes or so, I'll respray the outside of the filter a little bit just to keep it wet and moist. But during that 10 minutes, one thing I like to do is get a clean rag, get some more Dawn dish soap, and clean the inside of the air box because you don't want those contaminants getting back into your filter after you just cleaned it. Go ahead and find yourself a junk rag or a towel. These are literally the worst microfiber towels I've ever bought. All you want to do is just give her a good wipe down and make sure you get all the dirt and dust cleaned out. And that is looking so much nicer. And look at that, that's some dirty water just from the filter sitting. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes and now we are ready to clean the filter. Now the most important part about this is, make sure you get a hose and you spray it from the inside out. You don't want to be spraying the dirty stuff into the filter because it'll get stuck. You just have a high pressure hose and start spraying it out. And it's just that easy. Looks so much better. So the next step is very, very important as well. You want to make sure that your filter is nice and dry before you oil it. So what I like to do is put it on a stand in front of a fan, let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it tends to dry it out pretty quickly. A little funny side note, the guy who I bought this cold air intake from, he was like, yeah man, the filter only has maybe 100 miles on it. Judging by this, I don't think so. That's okay, we got most of the dirt, most of the grime out. There's obviously some stuff left over you're not gonna get out. If you want to get something small to take out every little thing that gets stuck in your filter, you're more than welcome to. It's not gonna make that big of a difference, but you can. But the next thing you want to do is get some oil. This is just the K&N brand. This is the most important part. You want to make sure you get a nice even coating all the way around your filter because you don't want to get dust in your mass airflow sensor. So what I like to do is where this metal bar is at, just start there and just go on through and oil it up. Arm. Like that, so you don't get overspray on yourself. Alright, that's looking nice and oiled. Definitely way better than what it was before. It was starting to get kind of dry and crusty, but this will definitely extend the life of my air filter. So there's no real dry time when you're doing something like this. You can almost put it back on the cart and drive it as is, but just because I'm me, I like to let it sit for at least a couple hours. Just let the oil get soaked up into the filter, and that way you're not sucking any oil into your actual intake itself. As you can see, it's getting pretty thick down there. That's what you want. You don't want to be deliberate on this. You want to actually put it on there really thick, so that way it stays on your filter and keeps it nice and oiled. All right, let's get this thing thrown back in the car. Now, one thing to keep in mind is when you're putting your filter back in the car, I like to try to keep it opposite of where I had it last installed, and I got it pretty close to where I want it to be. Only because you don't want to have that same dirty spot on the bottom because that spot of the filter is just going to get ruined. It doesn't matter. I mean, the air filter is going to suck air from no matter what, but it's just the thing I like to do. And there you go. Look how much different that looks. That actually looks so much better. I'll throw up a before and after picture of the filters sitting side by side to show the comparison, but it looks so much better. It could have been a little bit cleaner. I think I was too conservative on the Dawn. I could have used a little bit more. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. That'll give you a little bit more performance, some better MPGs. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people forget about when they have a performance vehicle. But yeah, a little maintenance on the Caprice today. Like I said, not a whole lot going on. I had a very special video planned since like Tuesday, but I can't upload it yet. You gotta have to stay tuned. It's gonna be freaking awesome. I'm super excited to announce something new for the channel. And something new to me. I've never done this before, so I'm pretty interested in seeing how it's gonna go. I think you guys are really gonna like it, so go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. It's been Luke Waters, and I'll see you guys in the next video.